Greetings, listeners. I am your host and game master this evening, Zach Barrett. We at the studio here hope everyone had a lovely holiday season and welcome you back to this Twisted Gear Studios production of The Legend of Zing Dong, in collaboration with MacGuffin Media and the team behind Nerdvana the web series. All episodes of Nerdvana the web series are now live on TELUS Optic TV as well as TELUS's YouTube channel. Last we left our heroes, some uninvited guests found their camp in the night. Fending off the new enemies, they pushed further north through the cold forest until coming upon the remains of Titus's hometown.
And now you're standing in front of the remains of the sad city of Havalosh, the base of the Grand Northern Volcano, and is in absolute wreckage, disrepair, and it looks like it's been in disrepair for a very long time. The snow has piled up in all these buildings, doesn't seem to have been disturbed in the slightest. If your old friend Forvo's words are to be believed, this happened years ago.
It doesn't look like they have a lot of people living here anymore.
I appreciate every one of these puns, Stefan.
Wow.
You are a true nobleman.
It is the highest form of humor.
Yeah, not the time, guys. I'm really sad.
Yeah.
What's the state of the buildings?
The majority of them are still standing, but there might be there's no glass anywhere. Most of the glass has been completely shattered. Some roofs have caved in. Most of the buildings are actually very well built. Really hardened clay, bordering on concrete. Anything that's made of any of the houses that are just made of wood have been sunken in multiple places.
If you want to take a closer look at any of these buildings, Titus, I'm pretty good at investigation. I'm just saying. Just putting it out there.
I'm pretty good too.
Are any of them
No pressure.
more defendable than the others?
Oh, I see where your head's at.
I get up.
You know what? I'll get all of you. Are you all going to investigate the town?
Yeah.
Sure.
We're here. Why
Okay.
not?
All of you roll investigation checks.
Investigation checks.
There goes my streak of 20s.
Oh.
18.
21.
It is
4.
Wait, what, is it perception
13.
as well?
No, it was actually
13.
I'm also
Investigation.
You just go with investigation, not investigation plus your intelligence modifier, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Third one from the bottom.
15.
So 15.
That's intimidation.
13.
Oh,
So 15, 13, 4, 21.
Oh, I don't have.
I see
My
buildings.
apologies. 13.
Sorry,
13.
buildings.
13, 13, 21, 4,
18.
18. Okay. I'll go in descending order and work my way up. So, Mikhail, as you're investigating the town, there's a bunch of buildings. The biggest thing is that as you progress through the town, you don't really go into any of the buildings, because each time you go to do so, someone else does. And you just kind of go straight down the center of town to the other end. And you see that there is whilst the town itself has been relatively untrodden, there seems to be 2 arcing paths of footprints that go around the town and go upwards towards the mountain itself. So you reach the end of town. You don't see any defensible positions, but you see that straight ahead up towards the foot of the mountain, there seems to be a path that goes up and into the volcano.
Volcano.
For our 2 with 13, Ashlyn and Stefan, looking through, there's not a lot to find. You find the occasional remain of that some of these places were homes, one of which was a store that's been completely picked clean. But definitively, it doesn't look like anything, Hoglin or otherwise, has actually disturbed this place in a very long time.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah. For yourself, Titus, this place does ring a bell. You were here at some point in your younger life. It's hard to remember exactly how long ago that you had left, but you don't remember any turmoil when you had left.
No.
However old you may have been. But you do recognize vaguely some places that people stayed at. There was a tavern, there was a shop that Ashlyn and Stefan are in, and there is a chapel that is as close to the closest building to the volcano itself. Of any building in particular, this one specifically is the most destroyed. It looks like whatever cataclysm came and wiped out the town, this was separate.
And I'm somehow remember a song from my youth as I walk towards the chapel, humming to myself, Nothing lasts forever, even though volcano rain.
I start hitting my bell to the beat.
Ding, 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 ding.
The chapel's missing a bell. We got to replace it. Someone
Dear-
grab a rope.
No one.
Yes.
As you follow around with Titus, and you go into the chapel as best as you can with how decrepit and knocked over it is. You do see. You saw a couple symbols throughout the town, a couple of idols that were kind of covered in snow. You didn't really think anything of it, but in the chapel itself, you see that there's more of this imagery. That this particular town had a specific worship for the one of the five, the creator of fire.
Mm-hmm.
And that this town in particular worshipped the god of fire.
Interesting. It makes sense. Seems like this town is much of a fire worshiper. I mean, being close to a volcano just makes sense to me, but I have something, I feel like something heated happened here.
In my youth, there was a story about a man who fought a volcano. His name was Joe.
Oh yeah, that's Joe Volcano.
I wish to hear more of this Joe, but later.
I don't see anything to loot around, eh?
No, this whole town's been completely picked clean.
All right. And there's no other really standing buildings that look interesting for me to investigate?
You guys spend enough time, obviously I'm assuming you guys are just going to kind of blaze through the town. You spend time looking around. The amount of time that the snow has rested here, and it's about a foot high at this point, and hasn't been touched or stirred in any way. Whatever was of value was picked clean long ago.
I compose myself, and I think so. Now I know what god my peoples worshipped: the god of fire, the god of wrath, the god of passion. I will have my revenge.
The god of burning sensations.
As I ignore that pun, I walk towards Mikhail, onward towards the volcano.
All right. It looks like we're gonna head up this thing. Should I ring the bell the entire way we go?
I don't think that's absolutely necessary, but I'd rather that than nothing.
All right. Ding 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 ding.
You guys continue up the hill. You go on up and up and up, and most of these footsteps that you see are varying degrees of pretty fresh to not very fresh. That this is a commonly trodden path by someone around here. If anyone wants to make a survival check,
It's his
maybe
brother.
I'll figure out.
Someone. Everyone you said?
Everyone could
No,
make a
that's
survival
his
check.
cousin.
Right.
Nope.
17.
Mine was a no.
What'd you roll?
Natural 20.
4.
I love that dice.
A3.
That's 3 tonight already.
I have not.
So 3 of 4.
17.
17.
Yeah,
Ashlyn?
16.
16. For our 17s and 16s, you find that it's pretty apparent they are Hoglin tracks.
Oh, wait, hang on. Plus survival, right?
Yeah.
20.
20?
Yeah.
Titus, they are Hoglin tracks. For Ashlyn and Mikhail, however, yeah, there's Hoglin tracks. And if you weren't looking far enough, you wouldn't notice this otherwise. But it's not just Hoglin tracks. The majority of the passage to and fro has been a number of Hoglins. Definitely more than 2.
One of them has a limp.
Well, maybe that's hard to tell.
Are they bigger or smaller?
I rolled a natural
Some
20.
of the
One them.
some of the footprints are much bigger.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a couple that are fairly big, and there's one set deep, kind of in there, just the way that the shape works out. Hoglin have pretty round feet. There is a set of footsteps that's not too old, but are more humanoid in shape, as well as a couple of bigger footsteps.
I don't know if you guys are seeing this, but I'm seeing varying tracks here. There's definitely like Hoglin and something else. Some bigger ones and some like human-y looking ones.
I don't really see that, but I do see a bunch of slowpokes scrawling up this volcano when we could be up there in the warmth.
Okay.
So I think we should just keep going. I think we'll be fine.
Like, no one should be in the lead.
I agree with no one.
I think we've got nowhere else to go.
All right.
Essentially.
Let's go.
But I think we should be prepared for bigger fights than we've ever been in. Just letting you know.
Let's go to the volcano.
I'm always ready.
So you keep going up the hill itself, and at the top you see that there is a rather large encampment. The hill kind of plateaus near the top as it gets into the main entrance into the volcano itself. This plateau is large enough that there's actually approximately 20 to 25 tents. 4 of them are larger in size, but most of them are very, very, very small, just little pitched tents where maybe 2 to 4 hoglins could uncomfortably be sleeping in.
I mean, if there were hoglins in there.
You see the tents, and you see that on the other side of the tents and on the other side of this large plateau that there is a massive carved out, almost dwarven-like structure framing the entryway into the volcano itself, and it dips down into the volcano where you see the heat and the orange glow emanating from the ramp down into the volcano.
I know that you said that there was a lot of tracks, Ashlyn, but I gotta say this situation seems intense.
I'm only seeing hoglins, so
Everybody facepalm.
I say we head up to the encampment.
What?
I can sneak. I'm pretty good at sneaking.
No, you're not.
That's like my thing.
No, it's not.
Hold the bell while you sneak.
Okay, I will. I want to try and sneak up there.
Oh,
Roll stealth.
Just to take a look.
At disadvantage.
At disadvantage?
You're wearing
Yeah.
a bell.
You're wearing a fucking bell.
Okay, I'm gonna take the bell off first before I go up there. But you guys will hear. I'll
Wait.
keep it on me.
Wait.
In my pocket.
Wait, before you go anywhere, I'm marking you. I Hunter's mark him.
Okay.
You feel this burning singe in the back of your hand. It's like, what the?
That's fine.
And then there's this temporary phasing tattoo on the back of your hand.
All right.
I stick out my hand for him to give me the bell.
All right. I hand him the bell.
I have the bell.
I'm going to roll for stealth.
Yep. At not disadvantage.
Wait, our
Straight
Latino
roll.
has the bell?
What'd you get? Did you roll a 1? Did you roll a 1?
No.
All right. So you watch.
Latino
it
bell.
was
No
2.
one.
You got a 2.
It was,
Was it a 2?
but it was 6 with my +4 stealth.
Okay. So he hands the bells, but he's not very quiet about it. He goes ding 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 ding. Here's the bell. Ding 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 ding. All right, cool. I'm gonna go on in. And you hear. Put the footsteps in the snow as he heads on up. You guys all wait up there.
Nope.
Kind of listen, and then you hear as if one of the tents falls over, and then a second tent, and then a couple of hoglins squealing and screaming, and you watch as no one comes back down from the top of the hill covered in a couple of tarps as he must have just ran through some of the tents on his escape of having stepped on something.
Guys, I made a mistake.
Oh my god.
We have to go. We can't go up there. There's guys up there.
You wanted to go where it was warm.
I made a mistake. I'm sorry.
And no one just runs right past you guys down the hill.
I quickly chase no one, going back down the hill.
Oh, God.
As the three of you, Mikhail, Stefan, and Ashlyn, stand there rubbing your brows, you hear, coming closer, several hoglins.
Well, there's less than 5 of us now.
Defensible building.
Let's regroup.
To the town.
You all run down the hill.
As I'm running, I'm like catching up to no one. I'm like, you are by far the worst rogue I have ever met.
If only Joe were here.
I just slipped a little.
I need all of you to roll stealth checks at advantage, please.
At advantage.
At advantage, yeah. You guys,
good,
I'm
'cause
assuming
my
you guys are
first
running
roll
in
was-
town. You're gonna hide in town.
Oh, 16.
Literally
16.
rolled a 3 and a 4.
How have I
Really?
found an advantage?
Now,
Double roll, and you take the higher.
Oh, right.
Higher roll.
Oh, I didn't double roll, actually.
14 plus 5, 19 for me.
Oh,
19.
frig.
Nice.
Okay, well then I got 23.
23. Ashlyn.
What am I adding to it after
Stealth under dex.
Stealth.
Okay,
Oh,
I got
boy.
19.
19. 21.
23, sorry.
23. Stefan.
I got a 19.
What did you get?
I crit failed.
Oh, boy.
I was gonna feel bad.
Helping this time.
I can't stop laughing.
Oh,
Yep, that's
no.
exactly what happens.
That's. I think that's probably making your stealth not work out.
Yeah, that's why they can hear her. She's laughing so hard.
Oh my gosh.
She's like trying to hide behind a leaf.
Mikhail, you rolled a 4?
Yeah, I'm right there with her.
So
A 4
here's
plus-
how I'm gonna do this.
I have 5
Plus nothing.
stealth. I have 5.
It don't matter. It's a 1. Okay,
I know
here's how we're
that.
gonna do this. No one and Titus. You guys run right for town. You go into the decrepit chapel and you hug against the wall together, and you cover your mouths and are just.
Can you cover each other's mouths to make it sexy?
Stefane, you run past the chapel and you go into one of the bigger buildings, and you also kind of hide in there. And you see that Ashlyn is kind of on her way towards you. You usher for her to come towards you, and Mikhail's there as well. Mikhail kind of cuts between the two of you and continues down towards the main street. You didn't find anywhere to hide, Mikhail, so you just continue running past town and into the woods. Ashlyn, for some reason, Mikhail's approach seems a little bit more appropriate, and you run towards the forest with him. Between the town and the forest, you hit a root.
Yep.
You fall, you smack face first. Roll a constitution check, please.
Really great at falling over. Anyone remember that?
If only you
Remember
had
that?
no roots.
From episode 1?
Yeah.
I got
Constitution
no roots,
saving throw.
but my something.
Well, that doesn't look
Is it
very good.
another one?
4. It's 4.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
close.
face plant right into the ground. You are out cold.
Wow. Jeez. If only you were a
No
great
one-
rogue like me.
Stefane and Titus, you guys witness as a whole horde of hoglins come running down and begin to separate at the crossroads around the town and start going around the town
Oh my god.
and towards the woods.
Are they afraid of this place?
Well, I mean, I'm here, so probably.
Oh my god, I can't stand him anymore. I go outside of the
Just-
chapel to go check on.
Just
on
suffocate him
Ashlyn.
with your hand.
Ashlyn's outside of
With
town.
my magic
She's
hand.
outside of town.
Oh,
So
she's
this-
outside of town.
So there's the forest itself. There's a town. Then there's the hill that goes up towards the mountain. Between the forest and the town, Ashlyn has fallen unconscious. Mikhail ran right into the forest.
I actually step out into the open, walking with confidence towards Ashlyn's body.
No, you don't do anything with confidence.
I'm coming right out too. I've got to check on Ashley.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
So as you guys head out there, you see that there are 12 hoglins on either side.
That's not good.
24 pack that's split into 2 12s that are going around the town. You see they have not reached her yet, but
Yep.
they soon will. If you guys want to try and catch up, no one, you just staying hiding.
Yeah, I'm just.
Okay. Stefane and Titus, please roll athletics checks.
D20?
You
Am
guys
I
are all
even
gonna
aware?
this anyway, so.
16.
You ran into the woods.
I'm not even aware
Oh,
that.
no.
anything had happened.
16 plus what's the plus on that?
Vernoan, here I
It's
come.
next to strength, too.
Where?
Next to strength.
Okay, well, 16.
1.
Can I still?
That's a
can
one.
Can I change and can I come out and try
Rescue
and save her?
Steve. Stefane, you gotta rescue Stefane.
Sure, no one. You
Okay.
can also roll an athletics check.
I will try and save Ashley.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Well, that's not good.
Are you serious?
This team is meant to die.
We'll see. We'll see. Let's see what
Okay,
I can pull out of my
okay.
ass.
I got a 1 on that.
It don't matter what else. You're all in one. All right, here's how it works.
Can I change it again? Can I go
Nope,
back
nope.
to the
Here's how we do this. Titus.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you decide I'm just gonna go for it and save Ashlyn, and you run down the street. No one decides, you know what? I might as well too. He turns, he runs out. Stefane, you watch as Titus runs down towards Ashlyn. You're like, that's a great idea. You run out of the building and you run face first right into no one. I want both of you to roll Constitution saving
Oh
throws.
boy. Alright, let's see.
17.
16.
Okay, so you both crack into each other.
Ow.
You each dealt 1 point of damage
Oh.
as you feel some kind of a pop in your nose.
Oh.
You're each both conscious.
Alright, well, hey, we're good. We're totally fine.
Better than me.
That hurt. That hurt though. But I mean, we're fine.
It's a
Yeah.
lot more mass than I was expecting from no one.
Yeah.
That hurt.
Now to Titus, real quick, then we'll get to Mikhail. You get up to Ashlyn, and you've beaten the hoglins there. You're there, you're kneeled down, she's face first in the snow, and you watch as all of the hoglins are beginning to crest around the corner of the town, and they'll be able to see you any second now. What are you going to try and do?
Okay, so I stand firm and wait for them to get close enough to be able to see me. And then I raise both hands up and I say, Stop, all of you, right now. This soul is mine. Many of you may not know who I am, but I am the last living descendant of this town. I worship the fire god, and she is with me right now. If any of you land a finger on this body, I will burn you all to the ground.
How high is your charisma?
Mikhail, you stop for a moment as you hear Titus yelling out this chant of anger towards the Hoglins. Do you turn back to watch the show, or do you keep on going?
No, we're gonna watch this for sure.
All right, so you go around. I'm not even gonna get you to roll a stealth check. You go into the shrubs. You kind of look around a tree and you watch. Titus, humor me.
60 feet away.
Roll intimidation.
That's my D20.
Can I?
Nope.
Can I be his hype man? And
Nope, you're nowhere near him there,
well,
Matt.
Want to hype him up with my persuasion.
11?
Okay. You yell this as the first.
Do I have anything on intimidation here?
Oh, do you?
Check.
It's under charisma.
Plus 3 charisma.
No.
No?
But not under intimidation?
Not under intimidation.
Oh, well, you can add that to it. You just don't get your proficiency bonus.
14.
It's a 14.
Yeah.
So you yell this out as the first of the Hoglins on each side begin to come on out. At what point are you going to accept defeat and that they're not stopping? Will you move?
Game of chicken here.
No. You know what? My entire people possibly died in this town. If this is my fate, then this is my fate. I'm holding strong.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And I start humming to myself, like the song of my people.
Ashlyn, roll a Constitution check.
Oh my god.
Wait, hang on, before you do it, you guys can all, those that are conscious can hear, I get knocked down, I get up again, nothing gonna keep me down, I get knocked
I'm
down.
singing the lyrics.
Oh
right?
my.
Okay. I'm unconscious
Lord
though,
of
so I don't
Smashed
correct them,
Mouths.
obviously.
It's Chumbawamba, man.
Should I use
Oh,
someone
yeah.
else's dice? This one hasn't been nice. Okay.
Oh my gosh!
Oh,
my God.
just gets up and leaves.
Oh my god!
Oh my god. Here,
Zach,
take this one.
I rolled a crit fail.
3 times.
Can
I get-
3 times like you get like an extra bonus thing or something?
Like extra fail?
Yeah,
'Cause
like
I don't
extra
want
fail.
that.
Critically failed your crit fail.
I feel like that's a thing.
You don't wake up. You stay asleep.
Does it get worse somehow?
No, you just
I'm pretty sure.
are at risk of being trampled
Even
and no one's saving you.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm gonna sit back down.
we're gonna continue this.
I leave.
Oh my god.
Don't worry, the Hoglins are all rolling
Use the
terribly.
special
They
one.
continue running towards you. Mikhail, you sit and watch and realize that they're not stopping and Tito's not moving Ashlyn. What are you going to do?
How far away from Ashlyn am I?
About 10 feet.
So I can run, grab Ashlyn, and get back to the woods in one action, or would that be 2 actions?
You can do that in one action. You can.
All right,
Yeah.
we're going to do that. Do I have to roll, or is that just assume that I would not be
I'll get you to roll a strength check.
All right.
When you get up there.
critical fail?
Oh.
You guys aren't doing me any favors
What
tonight.
is happening?
Titus, you hold your arms up in acceptance of your fate, and Mikhail runs up.
I think I'm having a panic attack.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Mikhail runs up, grabs Ashton, goes to try to throw her over his shoulder, falls, and he's now sitting next to you, so you're standing like this. Mikhail's sitting in the snow, Ashton's face first in the muck.
Can I use my action surge?
No!
Oh.
Oh, yeah, you could actually.
I try to twist this to my advantage
What
and
is
say,
that?
the fire god
Gives
has
me an
given me
extra action.
yet another body to sacrifice to her. Come closer at your own peril. Anyone who comes any closer, it will be sacrificed to the fire goddess.
Just yell this.
We'll get to that in a second.
Can I hide again?
We'll get to that in a
Okay.
second. Mikhail's turn needs to finish. What are you going to use your action surge on?
To pick her up and get at it, or do I?
Okay,
is
now
it gonna
because
be-
you're on the floor and you're prone,
Yeah.
it takes the rest of your movement to stand up.
Okay.
So you could try and pick her up, but you're not moving this turn.
Maybe
All right. Yeah. Well, at least get that far.
Okay, so roll athletics to pick her up.
13.
13?
Yeah.
I will say that is enough. You kind of... What is your strength, Ashley? Not the modifier, the actual number.
14.
14? It takes you a good... It's quite the effort, and she's heavier than she looks.
Yeah, remember
And
that
you
I'm
do
on the way
kind
too.
of pick her up, like, bridle carry a little bit there, but yeah, you're encumbered and you're not able to move the rest of your turn. So now you're standing there next to Titus with her in your arms, and Titus' arms up like this. He's yelling curses out at the hoglins. Stephane and no one.
Yeah.
You guys look down at all the screaming and see that Mikhail has just stood up and grabbed Ashlyn, lifted her up, and Titus is just standing there, his arms up to the skies.
Oh my goodness.
And the hoglins are enclosing upon them.
What is happening?
So much
Last
this
action.
has escalated so much in the last little while. I'm just gonna hide up here. I'm just gonna watch from up here and see what happens.
I'm going to move into a position to aim my bow at the situation, try and protect them if any of the hoglins try and get close.
Okay, so I'll treat your action there, Stephane, as like a ready combat action.
Yeah.
So as soon as you really see a hoglin, you'll take a shot. Roll a stealth check. No one.
Can I not use my cunning action to? It's a bonus action to hide or disengage.
Usually it's for combat, but you know what? For hiding, I'll let that happen here. So
Right.
you kind of just it's one of those camera movement pan things where it pans over to you, Stephane. You're like, oh man, what are we gonna do? No one. Pans back. He's just gone.
Just like a smoke outline of where I used to be.
Almost
Nah,
like
just
that happened
gone.
in Nirvana.
That's why they call him no one.
Yeah.
All right. With that, for the last little bit of this, Mikhail, I need you to roll an initiative check for me, please.
4.
Oh boy.
I'm going last.
All right.
No, I'm going last.
She's not even conscious.
Okay. That was 4 total.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Do I have any?
Initiative?
Oh yeah, +4, 8.
Okay.
Oh, that is much better.
The hoglins are 10 feet away from you on either side. You can move at half speed while you're carrying Ashlyn. You get to go first.
How far from
Barely.
the town are we?
The forest is 10 feet behind you. The town's 10 feet in front of you.
We're going to town.
Okay.
Literally, to town.
All right. So you pick her up and you go, and you can just barely make it to town in time. And with that, Titus, you just stand there. Roll one last intimidation check.
Can you change your song to I think
Do
we're
a
alarmed now?
do a Gandalf. You shall not pass into this town movement here.
8 plus my charisma, 11. Okay.
All of them are going to collide in your space.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll basically treat it as if you're getting unarmed attacked by a bunch of dudes at once.
Okay.
I'm going to give you the raw number at the end of it.
I always wanted this, but not this way.
What are the odds that they're going to run into each other?
I hope the fire goddess steps intervene somehow.
Oh my god! There's so many rolls. There's so many rolls happening.
24 of them.
All right. You're dealt 41 points of damage.
Oh my.
Bludgeoning damage as you are trampled by 24 hoglins.
Does my body somehow slow them down enough for Mikhail to gain some distance?
Oh, he made it to town, just barely.
I just picture like
You
them
feel
all
on your
lining
heel
up.
the wind of them all colliding in with the
Just in a
Titus.
line
It
circling
was worth it to save my friends.
him. As his eye pops out of his skull.
As you hear, yeah,
Thanks,
because I
Glenn.
only had 13. So
Yeah.
yeah. So can I kind of narrate this a little bit?
You can sort of, but let me explain to you how death works.
Yeah.
You're dead.
Not quite.
Oh.
Unless you wanted to let the character go. But technically, so I'm going to treat, because they're running in a huge clump, I'm treating it as one giant attack.
Yeah.
So I'll say you get one chance to save your life.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Roll
Oh,
a d20.
Oh boy. That's
No
a
adding, just roll a
Has that one
d20.
been okay to you?
This is
I don't,
heavy.
think I don't think it's D20. that you're rolling.
What? Is it not?
No.
Oh, okay. Wrong thing. Okay.
Oh my god.
That was a 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you can narrate this if you like.
Oh god.
So as they're coming at me, I start singing again. We'll be singing, and then one of them hits me. We'll be singing. I get knocked down as I keep getting hit over and over. trying to stay up until my health points are maxed out, and then I just lie motionless as they trample me.
Real quickly, you get your one attack.
Yeah.
Feel free to roll it.
I'm glad I'm hiding over here.
Rolling to hit and getting an 8. With proficiency 10.
I mean, it's okay, so you fire it into one of the two crowds. It goes into the crowd. You're pretty sure it hit something, but you don't see anything move. It's as if they're two massive piles of hoglins. And as they run past Titus, and they run past each other, and they wrap right back around, and they go back up the hill again, you watch as there is just a Titus. Not on the snow, in the snow. Parallel with the floor.
In the snow.
Okay.
Well, sorry about your bell.
I heard it dinging the entire time. It's 28 dings.
Some poetic destiny stuff going on here.
Oh, God.
With this town destroying all of these people.
I know you did.
We must avenge. We must avenge.
Well, I guess...
I'm going to hand Ash
we'll
to Stephane, her brave protector, and I'm going to go get Tito's body and take it to the chapel.
What's left of it? It's like a hide. Can I see it?
No, you can get the knives away from from this no one.
I just thought if we took his skin and we wore it, it would be like he was here with us.
Maybe we can heal ourselves.
Roll a Constitution check one more time, please.
Okay, doing it with a different one.
Yeah, that's fair. You might be cursed though.
What? A 0? You can't even roll that.
Yeah, the only
Ash,
time
you
I've rolled a
can.
1 is when I'm trying to help Ash.
I'm still asleep.
What'd you roll?
2.
Plus your Constitution.
It's a slightly better roll than last time.
Bro, I don't have any constitution.
I have negative constitution.
Okay.
Where do I even find constitution?
It's the third one down.
Yeah.
Yeah, 0. Cool.
Nice.
2.
Alright, so you're holding there. She's still unconscious. There's Stephane.
Ashlyn?
Get my hand.
Nothing.
Ashley!
If you want, you could roll a medicine check.
Yeah, maybe you can stabilize her.
Since you're there and you're actually going to do something.
13.
13? That is enough! You're kind of there shaking her a bit, and you shake her one last time, and the jostling kind of wakes you up, and you're awake, Ashlyn. Yay,
Wow,
you're in
sick.
Stephane's arms.
Oh, thank you so much. What's happening? What happened?
He got the thanks.
No one ran away again. He doesn't have his bell on him.
Yeah, okay.
Your mark isn't working anymore.
Okay.
And Titus is dead.
Titus is dead? What happened?
See, I don't think that the Hoglins speak deity worship. And they didn't listen to a word that he said. They trampled him.
He was trying to talk to them?
Yeah. Well, he's trying to scare them off and protect you, actually.
He died saving me? Yeah. I didn't even like him.
Oh my god.
If you want to pay your respects, Mikhail's bringing him to the chapel.
And as he says that, you watch as Mikhail walks past you guys with Titus's flattened body in his arms.
Can I be like Robin
Looks
in
like
Death
the
in
deer.
the Family with like one of my slippers just gone?
Yeah.
Definitely.
He had the finest shirts.
Can we should find no one and drag his...
No, we shouldn't.
no, you shouldn't.
Drag his butt out to the
You're like
chapel.
giving her this huge slice of character development. She's like, can we just move on?
I'm just trying to get to the chapel.
I'm trying to get to the chapel so I can pay my respects to my dead hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we try find no one? How do we find him?
Have you tried calling him?
Yeah, let's do that.
No one.
What, stop that!
I heard you.
Oh my god.
Why do you do it like this? Can you... Titus is dead. Get your ass out here.
Did he have anything good on him?
Yes.
That was my concern. He was going to loot him.
Oh,
Yeah, I had a lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
we're
Alright,
going to the
I'm
chapel. No looting in the chapel.
Oh.
I'll cut your face off.
Okay, I'll wait till you guys are done.
Thank you. You can have this one back.
All right, so I guess we'll all head to the chapel with this piece of fruit leather that used to be Titus.
Wow. Yep. All right, that happened.
All right.
I'm switching to different die, just so we know.
All right, so you're all in the chapel. You lay in before the remnants of the altar. Weirdly enough, in this chapel, the altar is relatively it's dinged up and it's not in the best shape it's ever been. But of all the things in this chapel, it's the thing that looks the nicest. So you place him down on the stone table in front of it, and what seems odd is as soon as you place him down, there is some kind of a red sheen that glosses over him, like a kind of like a casket over top of him on the concrete stone slab.
He's Snow White.
And you cannot touch past that red gloss barrier.
Haha, you can't loot him now, sucker.
I think he requires a kiss from a noble knight.
That's you.
Noble.
I think that maybe we should leave his body here. I mean, this is where he'd want to be left, right?
We should get Mikhail to try kiss him first. Because he's noble.
Yeah. Yeah, and Mikhail, I think you should try and
Not by blood.
kiss him, I think.
Oh, I'm a farmer.
You're a farmer?
Yeah, my parents were farmers.
Yes! Freaking character development! It only took a death.
We learned something about Mikhail today. Had this farmer strength this whole
Is
time.
anyone going to try and kiss the pretty prince to wake him up?
Should we all just take a turn?
Should I do it?
It's what he would have wanted.
Yeah.
It really is what I would have wanted.
Okay.
Who goes first?
Should we roll to see who goes first?
Yeah.
Good. 2, 3, 4. All right.
Let's do it.
Here, I can roll for you if you like. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I got a 3.
Okay,
So-
no one. I rolled you. You get to try first.
Oh, okay. Alright, I guess I'll just go up here and I'll get my lips ready. You know?
You gotta mean it like you did last night.
Yeah.
As your face comes into contact with the red barrier, you feel a burning sensation on your face. You're dealt 3 points of fire damage.
Ow! Oh! Oh man, it still wasn't as rough as last night. Alright. Alright guys, it's pretty hot in there. You might want to put on some sunscreen.
Does anyone know
Face.
anything about fire deities?
Anyone want to roll a religion check?
I actually
Titus did.
I have. Yeah.
Does
he did.
anyone have religion?
No.
No.
It'd just be a straight up check.
I got 10 with 2
17.
add that to intelligence.
6.
6.
Okay. Mikhail's the only one that would have any kind of gleaming of this, yeah, it does seem like there is some sort of intervention from the fire goddess involved here. You've got no understanding of what exactly this could be. Very, very rarely do you ever see, the references of the gods physically communicating with the world at large. But there does seem to be some kind of divine reference to Titus being in this place, in front of this statue, on this slab, in front of this volcano. There's something here, but you can't quite pin it down. Everyone else is kind of like, wow, fire casket.
Awesome.
That's pretty much it.
Torches or sconces or anything like that nature in the.
Like, you want to light a torch?
Well, if there was what are the?
Maybe like a puzzle.
No, I was thinking those big pots you throw bonfires and stuff in. There's nothing like that.
Like something that you could throw fire in to start a fire?
Yeah.
I mean, not really.
Nah.
You could make a fire. Pretty
Let's make a
easily, but-
fire.
Okay.
Burn him.
I'm
Burn him
gonna
here?
make a fire.
Okay.
Okay.
I can help you bring his body into it.
No, I wasn't gonna throw his body
Oh,
into the
I'm
fire.
sorry.
You can't.
Can we just
You just took damage from touching
I
it.
know.
can we just touch some wood to this barrier thing and then start a fire that way? I mean, it seems
Torches.
Let's just real quick.
Oddly enough, that works. when you touch the fire, the wood to the barrier, it lights on fire, and with enough kindling and however you set up your torch, it'll stay lit.
Huh.
That's crazy.
Maybe we have to put the
More
opposite
useful
of fire.
now than he was.
Does anyone have ice?
Water?
Yeah. That'll do. Melted ice.
I have like a water skin. I have a skin with water in it.
I have an
There's
idea.
snow outside.
I have an idea. What if we threw one of
mess
our
with this.
flasks of oil on top of this fire barrier?
No.
And then water on
No.
top of that.
No, but
No.
you've heard the legend of the
No.
phoenix.
No.
He rises from the fire.
No.
I feel like this is
Does
the
Titus
best
look
way.
like a phoenix?
He could afterwards. Not right this moment. But
I'm
Kale?
gonna go to the door and grab some snow to
Can
bring
you
and throw on this red barrier.
Restrain one?
It turns to steam as it comes.
Alright, that's what I figured.
alright. Okay, that didn't
It's not gonna work, guys.
We still have the flask of oil.
Yeah, you can build a pyre or you can move on at this point.
Yeah, I'd say I'm gonna throw one of my fish on there to roast it, and then I'm gonna head out.
What time of day is it?
Well, hang on.
You're a little bit kind of in the afternoon. The sun hasn't quite peaked over the volcano
Okay,
yet.
so what if something to do with the volcano? Because I mean, obviously, there's something really weird going on here.
Mhm.
Like, Tito is pretending to sacrifice people to the fire god or whatever, and now he's in some kind of weird fire casket. Like, what if it has something to do with the volcano?
It
Well,
could.
We could
'Cause-
try sneaking into the temple. It's a direct. Or no, he tried to sneak into the camp.
Is there anything around? Like, I have investigation. Can I investigate if there's any special thing to this altar that could maybe help us here? Like, is there any writing or anything on there?
Sure, roll an investigation check.
Okay.
You find the switch.
15.
You do find that on the stone slab
Sorry,
that you laid him
16.
on, 16?
Yeah.
Okay. On the stone slab that you laid him on, that he's currently, encased in, you see that there are faint etchings that are in it, like carved into the stone. But I'm going to need you to roll another religion check.
Oh boy. That was a 1.
There's some people, there's some symbols, it's a thing.
Guys, there's some people and some symbols on this.
Can I look
Is it
at
a thing?
It
I
might
just rolled
be
a natural
thing.
20.
All right, that'll work. As he's pointing out, there's some people and symbols on this thing. Mikhail looks and goes, "Oh," and you notice that it seems to be some kind of a story-ish.
Is there really good luggage in this story?
No.
Joe,
The idea
I
is
know
that it
that story.
references that the six gods that created the world. There is a stone that associates to each of them, and across the land, and the 5 that stayed here in 5 different parts of the land, there are stones that are held, and then this particular chapel was in praying to that particular stone that represents their god in the prime material plane, and that stone can be brought here, but it resides in the volcano. And it is meant to bring something from a different plane to this one.
Time to go get stoned.
Do we know what's gonna come through? Because that seems like something we should probably know before we do
It
that.
seems like a beneficial thing. Benevolent fire god.
Well, hopefully, does seem to be trying to protect Titus.
Is she hot?
I'd say.
The god of fire? I'd say she probably is steamy.
I'm gonna assume she's probably pretty hot.
I don't know, guys. I mean,
I just couldn't leave it untouched.
I said we got to finish what Titus started. We got to find out what happened to his family. We got to get into the back volcano, and we got to make sure that no one is not the one to do it.
I'm glad you said it was that. I thought you were saying we had to finish the song, because that was just awful.
Does any of us know anything really about Hoglins? Do we have like
I know that
Hoglin lore?
they generally don't like us.
Well, just roll a nature check, everybody, real quick.
Nature check?
Yeah,
18.
18. Wow, that's pretty good.
2. Got a 2 on that one.
There it is. Okay. I've got a 9.
I got 15.
Okay.
Does having animal help?
No, not in this particular instance. So for Ashlyn and Mikhail, but a little bit more information to Mikhail. Hoglins have been around since the fall of the world as we know it. The world was once described as this nice, prosperous place, but there was a collapse that happened 1,000 years ago, give or take, according to the stories. And everyone just kind of lives their lives as it currently stands. The Hoglins kind of started showing up at around the time that everything fell. and they are not natural or of the planet or of this plane of existence as it is. Yeah, their natures are they tend to work in packs. They work alone. You haven't heard stories of them specifically working for a greater power, but they have been known to follow as how they work with big boy hoglins, for instance. Hoglins will follow anything that proves that it is more powerful than they are. They do have self-preservation, and part of it may have to do with that. And they turn to ash when you kill them.
Are they nocturnal, diurnal?
Typically nocturnal.
Well, I think
it seems like the stampede was just them being woken up on the wrong side of the bed in the morning.
I think what this wall is really trying to tell us is that we must move on from Titus. I feel like it would have been his wish for us to continue on this quest without him.
Better luck sneaking into the temple during the day than we will at night.
Yeah, I think that's what this wall is telling us.
Well, we're not getting any younger, neither is the day. We should hit it.
Yeah.
Unless you guys are still up for the flask of oil thing I suggested.
No, I'm going to follow Mikhail, because, he seems to be pretty onto it. And I haven't been doing so great on my own.
I always got that flask if you guys want to use it.
I got some too. We're not going to do that.
Alright. Well, if we do, though, I'm just saying that I have it.
So you go up the hill to try again?
Yeah, guys, I think I can do it this time. I think
not
I can sneak up there
into the camp. We're going around the camp.
I might be able to find.
Can we get around?
I might be able to investigate where the stone is up there before you guys come up.
Is there a way to communicate between realms?
Not right now, there isn't.
All right.
There's about to be.
Sorry, dude.
No, it's all good. I'm just asking the question.
What do you think? What do you guys think? You want me to just try again? I mean, I have.
No.
I'm pretty stealthy. It was a fluke last time.
Try the other direction.
All right. Maybe I'll take a more precautious route this time, and I will try and sneak up there to investigate.
Roll stealth.
Okay. Oh god. Wait, let me just see. I get a bonus to it. Okay, here it is. Ooh, 20.
Natural 20?
Not a natural 20.
No,
but
just 20?
Actually,
Okay.
it's 22.
Okay.
Thank God.
Whew.
You start going very sneaky around the edge of the plateau of the camp itself, and you start realizing that no one seems to be stirring. So you loosen up a little bit, no one seems to be stirring. And actually at a pretty leisurely pace, you can walk through here and they don't even notice.
Nice.
You can get right to the front of the temple. You look right down at the temple. There's a straight alleyway, give or take, if that lack of a better term.
Mm-hmm.
Straight path that leads from the entrance to the temple right to the staircase itself. They could also lead around if you want to go back and tell your friends how you found this place. It would give them advantage on stealth checks.
All right, I do want to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
No one returns. He informs you of the situation and tells you the path around the camp.
So the temple, it looks kind of like dwarven. Is that what I understand?
It definitely does not look hoglin.
Okay, cool. Because I was raised by dwarves.
Well, maybe you'll know what this big structure is about up there.
Yes, I think we should sneak over there.
I didn't happen to see anything in relation to this stone, did I?
No, you didn't get that far. You just went to the mouth of the entrance, and there is a dwarven.
Did I see any? Was there any enemies up there at all that I saw? Or
you saw Hoglin sleeping in the camps.
Okay,
but they didn't seem to stir too much when you walked past them.
So there are Hoglins up there asleep, so we may be able to kill them in their sleep. But that's really
what stealth kill 24 Hoglins?
Yeah. I mean.
Or would we rather try sneak past? What do you think?
I guess if you wanted to do that way.
Let's sneak past.
Yeah, we can do that.
If you want, you can use your oil on their tents and light it as we go in the temple.
I could do that. At least then we would know how to get back.
Like a beacon.
Well, on the one side it would distract them, but on the other side, then element of surprise is gone.
Do you have any fire arrows or just ice arrows?
I just have ice arrows.
That's the opposite of what I need.
And they're going to be pretty useless once we get in the volcano.
What if we tied some rags with oil on them and shot one of them as we left? And like just to try and distract them enough that they wouldn't follow us.
Molotov
arrows? Like Molotov arrows.
I think we should just try snake command.
Okay.
They're gonna wake up at night anyway.
Well, why don't we do that on the way back out?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Everybody but no one and Titus. Sorry, dude. Roll stealth at advantage.
This is gonna be an ongoing thing every time you address me. Sorry, dude.
Well, yeah.
Natural 20.
He did try saving.
Wow.
Finally.
You get to roll twice and take the better one.
Oh, yeah.
So 21.
Okay.
14 plus 5 is 19.
19, 21, and nat 20, eh?
Wow.
You all make it through handily. No issues whatsoever. And Mikhail, you actually get there first. You get to kind of inspect down. And you get a little bit of a lay of the land as you take a look down and you see that there's this arcing staircase that curves down into the mountain itself. And the glow of the fire inside the volcano gets brighter the further down the staircase it goes.
Is there any kind of carving on the arch, like any words or anything?
You speak Dwarven, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It says that here lies the stone of the fire goddess.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does it say?
It says, here lies the stone of the fire goddess.
Oh, you guys think this is where the stone is?
I think we should investigate for the stone exactly here.
All right.
All right.
I'm on board. Let's check it out. So can we open this door?
It's not a door itself. It is there's a hole in the mountain that goes down this forged staircase, but around the hole there is a door frame that has been built, but out of stone and carved.
Caution, the sign has sharp edges.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's check out what's in here.
Let's head down, fam.
Yeah.
All
All right. Head on down. It's starting to get really warm.
Is that some kind of...
right.
I'm going to take my cloak off, my fur cloak.
Yeah. Any resistances that any of your winter gear gives you, if you choose to take your winter gear off while you're in here, you lose those resistances because you don't have those on. If you choose to keep the cloaks on, you have to roll Constitution checks or start suffering from fatigue.
I never had a cloak. I had a frost
You guys ate the
resistant
fish.
cape.
That counts as a cloak.
Damn it. Okay, well, I'm gonna take the cape off.
Did not
Okay.
get a cloak. I've been cold this whole time.
Oh.
I've
No,
got
you
the
already
fish.
did the fish,
I've
yeah.
got the fish.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
That was the smarter choice in the end.
Yeah, I'm just going to dump my cloak here so I don't have to carry it.
Okay, so Ashley leaves her cloak at the entrance.
Thank you.
All right, so you guys head on down the ramp or the staircase, the circular staircase, until at the base you see an entry pathway or a room, like a foyer, if you will. It's made of this flat, slat concrete on the floor, on the sides, and also in front of you, where there are these two sconces that have fire emitting from them. On the edgemost parts of the room, there's actually little openings in the concrete for magma to be poked through, and you can kind of see it bubbling and flowing underneath. And on the stone slab wall in front of you, there is a giant cast iron door.
Do you guys think that there's stones for each of the gods and that we should collect them?
I believe
I
so.
love collecting stuff, whether it be stones, arrows,
kind of just
sticks.
Have this feeling that that's what we should be doing.
Maybe. But I mean, I feel like we need the stone to maybe help Tia.
Yeah, I feel like if we
Something's gonna
take the stone back to the thing, maybe we can turn that casket off and give him a proper burial.
Maybe.
Bowser's
I
waiting.
mean, if
Let's go.
that's what you guys want to do, I guess.
But does anyone hear anything behind the door? Can I do a check? Can I try listen?
Yeah, absolutely. You can perform a perception check on the door.
Okay.
I've heard tell of magical stones in the world before.
Okay, I don't hear anything.
What'd you roll?
2.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's pretty hard to hear through the thick metal of the door.
Okay. Anyone else?
Does it? Will it open?
Can we take? Is the stone inlaid in this door? Is that what you said?
No, it's kind of it's like a flat cubic room. There's a flat floor, there's flat walls, there's a flat ceiling, and a flat wall in front of you. But in the wall in front of you, there's a sconce on either side of this giant cast iron door.
Okay.
I don't
And
pull
you
on
said
one of the
there's lava?
sconces.
Magma.
You can pull the torch out of the sconce.
Okay.
But good.
Nothing
good try.
happens? Okay.
So the floor, these holes.
Yeah, there's two carved out on the sides. The flat tiles seem to have been built to a certain point and then stopped right on the edges of the room to allow magma and stuff to flow through and kind of add light to the room as well.
I got it, guys.
I'm thinking.
I'm gonna
trap.
take one of my fish and put it in the hole.
What hole?
In the magma hole?
In the magma hole.
Begins to suddenly smell like burning fish, and you lose 5 days of rations.
No!
Let's open the door. Can we open the door?
I'm not sharing.
Just open the door.
Grab the latch, you lower it.
Quietly.
I don't know if there's such a thing as quietly opening a cast iron door.
I've been on a quest to find dark places in the north. And this is decidedly not dark. I'm not sure I'm on my own path, but we got to do this for Titus.
Can I prop the door open with something? Because I'm really scared.
No, I want to detect traps. Can I check for traps?
Investigation.
Yes. All right.
Can I join him in that? I'm also
Absolutely.
I'm gonna too.
21. 20.
Okay.
What?
So we got everybody to roll.
we got a 13.
18.
I didn't realize one was the exact opposite of 20 on the die.
Oh yeah, all the numbers are exact. They all add up to 21, I think.
Yep.
The opposite sides. Now, with you three investigating, what are you doing, Mikhail?
Opening the door.
No, they're investigating. You guys are.
I'm going to leave it to the
other side of
professionals.
door?
I'm going to leave it to the professionals.
Yeah, so we're through the door now, right?
Yeah. Do you go through the door?
Yes, I go through the door.
All right. So you guys all investigate the room, and first thing you notice, all three of you notice this, and even Mikhail would notice this, that this room is rather large. It's 20 feet wide, about 15 feet long, and also very boxy, very cubic. There are two plants, one on either corner on the same side as the door you just entered, that look like these bell plants that are glowing a weird red, and they seem to not just be pulsing the red, but the petals themselves seem to be like breathing, but pulsing with the color of the red in them. There's another cast iron door on the opposite side of the room, and as the door begins to close, because you're all in the room, no one, you kind of look around and you get a sense that there's something wrong with the 21. I need you to roll a reflex saving throw to see if you can catch the door before it closes. Sorry, that's it'll be a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like,
Yep, that's a different version of D&D.
Yeah.
It's also Pathfinder.
13.
13? That is not enough.
Oh my god.
You reach up to go to grab the door, and the door slams shut. As the door slams shut, you realize that it will trigger something. And you guys begin to hear a rattling of stone tiles.
Thank you for listening to this Twisted Gear Studios production in collaboration with MacGuffin Media. Our next episode of Zing Dong will air Friday, January 18th. Tuesday, January 8th, in the meantime, is our next episode of Spacers, our Starfinder actual playcast, and Tuesday, January 15th, is the next episode of The Call, our Call of Cthulhu actual playcast, GM'd by Derek Snow. The game system used today was the D&D 5th edition by Wizards of the Coast. Music in this episode was provided by Matthew Chung, composer for Nirvana the web series. Sound effects and ambient tracks licensed through Triune Films, Video Copilot, and Sirenscape. For up-to-date content, please subscribe to the Twisted Gear Studios and MacGuffin Media YouTube channels. All Twisted Gears podcasts are available on YouTube, Google Play, Apple Music, and Spotify. Please like and follow us on Facebook as well as Twitter and Instagram at The Twisted Gear. Your players this evening were Mike Farrow, Tito Gielan, Ashley Lawrenson, Steve Reeve, and Matt Salem. Elizabeth Wells was our audio operator, and I was your host and GM, Zach Barrett. Have a good night, everyone, and we'll see you next time.